procedure. So essentially what we're doing is we're taking fat away from the surrounding areas of the butt through liposuction, and then we're adding volume to areas on the butt where we want more volume or enhanced volume. So there are many problems, and if you go to someone who doesn't have experience doing these procedures, they can be bad results. And there are alternatives, such as the implants, and I've also heard there's some illegal injections that are going around right now. I've heard a lot of people getting this done in Miami. So be warned, stay away from those butt injections. From what I understand, they are fairly cheap, and the results look really, really good initially. That's until your body starts to reject whatever they're injecting, and you can have some terrible, terrible disfiguring results. And again, I'm gonna post some videos and some pictures down below in the comments a little bit later. But one video in particular that I'm going to be posting is, and some of you may have seen this, for the butt implant, where this girl was actually able to flip her entire implant over, and that's not supposed to happen. And not only that, but you can totally see the outline of the implant itself. And for me personally, I'm really looking for more of a natural enhancement, a natural look, and I don't like that fake look. I don't like that fake feel of an implant where you have this gelatin pad underneath your skin. And it looks fake and it feels fake. And every time you sit on it, you know it's there. It feels weird. And the rest of your life is lived like this, just so you can have a little bit larger butt. Now, there's better options. And let's talk a little bit about these butt injections. What are they exactly? From my understanding, they're injecting a lot of different types of materials, so there's nothing consistent about what it is, which is really the problem. I've heard someone say that this patient died after getting butt injections, and they injected literally rubber cement, or I heard they picked up a tube of caulking from Home Depot and injecting that into someone's butt. And so you have to be aware that there are people out there that are just looking to take your money, and they don't give a crap about you or how you look, and they just get your money, they do what they say they're going to do, and then they get out and they're gone. You'll never find them again. So just be concerned. You gotta do your research. You gotta figure it out. You gotta see, check the person's reputation. You gotta know how many procedures they've done, because I'll tell you what, all these procedures, it's all about experience, and if you don't have the experience doing them, you can screw it up, and you can screw it up really bad. So don't be that person that someone's practicing on. I had a patient in here the other day, said, "Oh, I'm going to go to San Diego, and they're going to do it for everything with the Brazilian butt lift for $1,100." Well, I got news for you people. It costs me more than $1,100 just to do the procedures. So for someone offering it for that cheap, it means that, for one, they don't really know what the costs are, or they're cutting corners somewhere. Or two, they just look. These people they're looking to practice. So how are they going to get people through their door? They're going to offer it for cheaper, and like, our prices are very reasonable. They're about a third of the national average. But why are our prices cheaper? Our prices are cheaper not because I don't have experience, not because I'm not as good as someone else. I could charge more, but what I found was that when you charge more, you get less patients, because less people can afford those expensive procedures. And I like doing these procedures. I want to do a lot of these procedures. So kind of like how Walmart drops their prices and then they make up the revenue in volume, so they sell a lot more to make up for the lower prices. That's kind of what we're doing here. So we have lower prices, but we actually do a much higher volume. We're doing a lot more liposuction than everyone else. We're doing a lot more fat transfers than everyone else. And because of that, we make less per procedure, but we make more overall. So it's a good business move from that standpoint. So don't feel like we're lowering our prices because the quality is less. That's certainly not the case. In fact, you really are getting probably the best value in the country coming with my shape lipo, because I have more experience doing this than any other doctor I've met. I don't know anyone that even has anything close to as much as experience as I have. So you're getting the most experience, you're getting proven results, and you're getting it at a lower price. So why not, you say? Well, there are other doctors that are charging more. So let's try and evaluate that. Why are they charging more? Plastic surgeons are typically charging for their time. And think about this: someone like myself who can do these procedures in an hour to 2 hours, um, I can do it a lot faster. So you're using up a lot less of my time, because my time is valuable. It's very valuable. But it takes me less time to do these procedures. Therefore, I can charge less for the procedure. Whereas someone that's not as good at these procedures, they may take 5 hours, 6 hours, seven. I've heard guys taking 8 hours doing these liposuction procedures, and that's a lot of time. And you have to pay for it. And don't think that just because they're taking a long time, they're eating the cost. No, they pass it on to you, my friend. So if your procedure takes 8 hours, and especially if they're putting you under general anesthesia, that's hospital fees. And hospital fees are horrendous. So much of that cost, much of that increased cost, if they're charging it because they have other expenses due to their fact that they're slower. That's most of the cost that is being eaten up in your fees. So, and also, if they are expecting to make a certain amount of money per hour, per day, they're going to make their fees appropriately. So if they anticipate taking 5-6 hours on this procedure, they're going to charge appropriately. Well, here's the thing. I do things a lot faster than these guys, so I can do these procedures in probably a quarter of the time that it takes them. Not only can I do it a lot faster, but I get much better results, and they're consistent, and we've got proven results. I've done thousands and thousands of these procedures. So that's why our prices are cheaper, because, for example, I had a patient come in the other day. She came in for consultation, and she was interested in getting her chin treated. And she went to 2 other doctors down the street from me, plastic surgeons, and both of them she was quoted $5,500. Now, for my shape lipo, for a single area with the use of the laser smart lipo skin tightening, it's $2,199, and that includes your care package, everything that you're going to need for supplies, all inclusive. So $2,200 compared to $5,500 for exactly the same procedure. Everything's the same. Why is it different? Well, when I started asking questions, why was it so high? She said that the doctor was explaining to her that this procedure would take 5 hours to complete. And so we're talking about chin liposuction, this small area here under the neck into the jowls area. They said it was going to take 5 hours to do this procedure. That's why it was going to be $5,500. Now, I do these procedures, a chin liposuction procedure with the laser skin tightening, I can finish in about a half hour. So when you talk about costs, our costs are substantially higher if we spend more time in the room, if we are not able to be doing other procedures. So that's why these doctors that are taking 5 hours to do a small procedure that takes me a half hour, they're charging double, triple the amount of money. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by lower prices that are extremely low, and don't be fooled by those high prices. Just because they're high doesn't mean they're better. Just because Dr. Miami has a TV show, that doesn't make him any better than anyone else for that matter. I mean, he's good, but I don't like talking bad. He's not bad. I wouldn't say that, but he does. If you guys have ever seen him on Snapchat, it's pretty funny. He's a character, but it is what it is. But apparently he's booked out for like 2 years. I don't know who the heck would wait 2 years for a procedure, but if you want to do that, go for it. If you want to get things done quickly and get it done cost effectively, then give us a call here at My Shape Lipo. But okay, how do we avoid these things? So first of all, is making the decision on what you want. If you want these butt implants, I highly advise against it. But let's say you want to go get it. Do your research. You got to go find someone that has a lot of experience doing these. Not someone that has done it once or twice. You want someone that has a lot of experience. They have photos, a gallery of photos to document their experience and show you what they're capable of and show you what the results are that they've been getting. If they don't do it right, there can be problems. So just be aware that experience does matter. It always matters. So you got to go with someone that has experience. Butt injections, don't ever go for it. I don't care how cheap, if it's free, if someone's paying you to do that, you do not get these butt injections, and you'll see why. I'm going to post a video and some pictures down below. I mean, this stuff will eat through your skin, deteriorate your tissue. It could be lethal. In fact, there has been a number of deaths from these injections. I've had quite a few patients that have been calling to try and get that gel, whatever it is, sucked out of them. I haven't even encountered that. I haven't tried to do that yet. I don't know what the answer is. From what I understand, people are trying to actually go in there surgically and cut this stuff out. Now you get huge scars, you get disfigurement. It's really, really bad. So stay away from the butt injections, and tell all your friends to stay away from the butt injections if you care about them. So that leaves us with the fat transfer. Now, the fat transfer is different than the implants because it's actually we're using your fat to inject into the area. When we inject that fat in the area, when it heals, your body will accept the fat just as if you have fat in other parts of your body. So it's going to feel natural. It's when you sit on your butt, it's going to feel the same as your butt does now. You'll just have a little bit more cushion. You'll be sitting up a little bit higher. It's going to be a natural enhancement, so it's going to look natural. It's going to look the edges will be smooth. You won't see this look as if it's an implant in there, as if you have a foreign body inside your butt. So if you're looking to get a more natural enhancement, now one of the differences is one of the limitations with the fat transfer is that you can only go so big with one procedure. So we're not looking to get huge like Kim Kardashian. If you want to go that big, you can do multiple injections, but it's not going to be in one injection. So if you want to go extra large and you want to do that quickly and you don't mind the look and the feel of the implant, implants are available. But I would highly suggest you look into the fat transfer to the butt because the results are great. And the cool thing is that you're never going to require another surgery on that area. Implants, you require revisions every 10 years to change out the implants. And every time you have a surgery, there's more problems and more potential issues. Do we have a quick question?
Yeah, we have some pricing questions. Just how much the procedure is, do we take payments, how much of a percentage down do they have to put?
Okay, so the procedure itself, the costs involved, there's two separate costs, and so we break this down into two separate costs. So we have the liposuction cost and then the fat transfer cost. For the fat transfer cost, we charge $2,000 for that process. Now, that's just for the transferring of fat, and so you need liposuction in addition to that to have enough fat to transfer to get the results that you're looking for. And so we charge $1,299 per area for liposuction. So that's the variable cost. It depends how many areas of liposuction that you want, how many that you need for the results that you're looking for. Typically, I would recommend taking the fat from the waistline, so the love handles and the hips, maybe even lower back. And so if we chose to do that, that's considered 3 areas. 3 areas at $1,299 is $3,897, and then the $3,897 plus the $2,000 puts you at $5,897. So you're looking around $6,000 if you want to get a good job with the fat transfer to the butt. We do have a financing plan or a financing option. You can check out on our website, myshapelipo.com, and go to the finance section. And then we also have a payment plan. It's kind of like layaway where you make payments and we basically hold that money for you until you're paid in full. When you're paid in full, we can go ahead and move forward with the procedure. Now, first of all, if you guys like what you're hearing here, please hit the share button and share this with your friends. And we appreciate any comments, questions that you might have right now. I'm answering questions, so if you have a question specifically about this procedure, I'm happy to answer. If you have questions about the implants or the butt injections, I'm here. This is the time that you want to be asking these questions. If you are ready, you're ready to make that decision, ready to get that fat transfer, ready to get your Brazilian butt lift and look and feel better about yourself, the time is now to make that decision. We offer free consultations. You can see the phone number right behind me here, the 702-818-LIPO, and that's 702-818-5476. We do free consultations. Just give us a call, and we can do a consultation and help you determine what areas that you may need to help you reach the goals that you're looking for. We'll also give you an accurate quote. Those of you that are coming from out of state, we make it really easy. You can simply email us some pictures. We take a look at the pictures, evaluate everything that way. We can do the full consultation over the phone, answer all your questions for you. We try to make it as easy as possible. Nearly 70% of our patients are flying in from out of state and around the world for that matter to get these procedures. So don't be scared just because you're not here in Vegas. It's Vegas. Who doesn't want to come here, right? Make it a vacation. We got lots of Canadians. Nearly 7% of our patients are coming from Canada. And why are they coming from Canada? because one, their prices are exorbitantly expensive, and two, it's Vegas, man. Come here for fun. People come here to gamble. You can go to shows. I mean, there's all kinds of fun things. And if your family's coming with you, your husband, your wife, whatever the case, um, they can go out and enjoy themselves while you're getting your procedure and living the dream. Quick question.
Can you do a fat transfer to two different places at the same time after lipo, of course?
Yes. So theoretically, that is possible. And we have done it before. There are challenges, though. You don't want to put pressure on the area of fat transfer. So say, for example, we transfer fat to the breast, and then we want to transfer fat to the butt. The problem with that is when, say we do the fat transfer to the breast first, and then you turn onto your stomach, now you're potentially putting pressure on the breast. So it is possible. We've done it before. We use pillows to make sure that you're not putting pressure on it. So if you are serious and want to do that, we can help make that happen for you. But if we can split them up, we will typically split them up. So to recap, avoid those butt injections. They are bad news. They're illegal. It doesn't matter how cheap you get them for. They're going to kill you or leave you disfigured. So try to avoid them. Implants, there's lots of problems with them. You're going to require getting a revision every 10 years to change out those implants. So I suggest avoiding those as well. They look fake. They feel fake. So in my opinion, the best option is fat transfer or the Brazilian butt lift, in which we're taking your own fat through liposuction, taking it away from one area and injecting it back into the butt. Another quick question.
Does lipo yield the same results of loose skin as gastric surgery?
No, and I'll explain why. When you lose weight naturally through gastric surgery or just massive weight loss, the skin, you'll see these people, the skin tends to hang and sag. In contrast, when you do liposuction, if you can imagine, I'm going to put this up so you can see. Imagine the top layer here is the skin, the bottom layer is the muscle, and everything in between is the fat. So we're going to literally take all that fat away, and then now you have a big gap. Well, that gap doesn't stay there. So what happens is we put compression garments on, and now those two layers touch. When those two layers are touching, over the next couple weeks, your body forms scar tissue, and the scar tissue is kind of like natural glue, and it sticks everything together, and those two layers are then compacted together, and they're stuck together. So these women that you'll see on our website, there's lots of pictures to document this and corroborate my story. But the bellies that are hanging down, hanging over, once we get that bulk of that fat out of there, it retracts back quite a bit. On some people, it'll go away completely. Other people, they just have too much excess skin, and your body's not capable of retracting back that much. However, it always retracts. It always retracts. This is the contrary to a myth that our friends the plastic surgeons are propagating with you people, telling you that you're going to have an empty sack of skin, and they're trying to upsell you to a tummy tuck. So don't be fooled, don't fall for the hype. If you want to avoid a tummy tuck, it's absolutely possible. It just depends on your expectation. But I got to tell you this: tummy tuck is just for cutting away loose skin. Liposuction is just for the fat. So they're actually addressing two different problems, and you may have fat as well as loose skin, so you might need both. In fact, a lot of people, they get fooled into doing this tummy tuck and they get the skin cut away, but then they're big and round, they still have a bunch of fat left over, and then they come in for liposuction. Now my suggestions are, try the liposuction first. I'm very aggressive, and in many cases we can get these belly, this loose skin to tighten up substantially to where it's acceptable for the patients. Now, let's say that afterwards it's not acceptable for you and you feel that the skin's too loose and you have excess skin and you want it gone. Well, at that point you can get it cut away, and it's a lot easier cutting the skin away when you don't have to deal with the fat. So I would highly suggest, if you're thinking about a tummy tuck, give our office a call, go through the free consultation, get our opinion, just see what our thoughts are, or better yet, look at some of our pictures on the website. We have lots and lots of patients that have gone to plastic surgeons, were told they needed a tummy tuck, and they opted to get liposuction, and the results were phenomenal. And they never chose to get a tummy tuck afterwards. So, any other questions?
Is it better to lose weight before the procedure?
Oh, another myth from my plastic surgeon friends. It is not necessary to lose weight. Let me just explain something. I suck fat for a living. I take fat out of people. So you don't have to lose it first for me to take it away. Um, Bring as much fat as you have, and hell, gain weight if you want. I'll still suck it out. It makes no difference to me whatsoever. In fact, I believe it's actually easier to get fat out of people that are when they have more fat. It's a thinner people that have very little fat. It's actually very difficult to get the fat out. It's more of a challenge. So if you have lots of fat, bring it. That's what we do. Our bread and butter here. We're treating very large patients. We're taking out tons of fat, more fat than anyone else in the industry. We're making big changes, dramatic changes to people's lives. So when you guys are ready, free consultations. Any more questions?
Are you able to do lipo and fat transfer on the same day?
Yes, it must be. There's no way to do fat transfer without liposuction. So the liposuction is going to harvest the fat. So we collect the fat through liposuction. We keep them in sterile containers, and then we're going to sift off all the cellular debris and fluids and stuff that's in the fat, and we take the pure fat cells in and inject them right back into the butt. But they have to be done together. Well, theoretically, it can be done separate. The fat can be stored, but we don't do that. Any other questions?
If you have lipo in the belly area to transfer to the butt, will you leak on belly area when you turn over?
Yeah, it's possible. The drainage after liposuction, that's expected. We use lots of fluid to get you numb, so after the procedure you will be draining some of this fluid. But we use these super absorbent pads to collect the fluid. We also give you lots of supplies to protect your linens on your bed and any couch or anything of that nature that you would be sitting on. So we got you covered. So you should expect drainage after the procedure. It's not a bad thing. In fact, we want it to drain more. Another question?
I have big fat deposits in my underarms. They look pretty ugly. Is that an easy procedure?
Yes. Removing fat, that's easy. Yeah, no, it's not a problem. And don't feel alone. There's lots of people. We call that area the front bra roll. It's the underarm area. Men have that problem a lot. Women, they get these weird, it's like an extra boob under the arm. Some of these girls call it, and it's bizarre. And I know you girls, if you have it, you're probably covering it up, and no one on earth has seen it. But we can take the fat out of there, make it smaller, and change your life in one afternoon. Any more questions?
What do you recommend if you have loose skin? How can you help in that area?
If you have loose skin, our recommendations, we use the Smart Lipo laser for skin tightening, and the laser is passed underneath the skin during the procedure, and the laser heats up near the surface of the skin, causing a contraction. And it's been shown through studies that it stimulates collagen growth for about 6 months after the procedure. So as you're healing, you're continuing to get thicker and tighter skin with a maximum benefit about 6 months out. And there's actually one study that showed that you can get up to 57% more skin tightening when you use a laser versus liposuction alone. So that's our option. Now, theoretically, you could get the skin cut away. That's called a tummy tuck or a lift. We don't do that here, but it is possible. They just have big scars, if you don't mind that. Another question?
Rachel Mitchell wants to know how much is the average you can take out?
How much is the average we can take out? Well, we take out a lot of fat. The industry standard is about 5 liters, and we're getting, we're pretty close to that on most of our patients. I'm very aggressive. We take out a lot of fat, and I'll tell you, I don't remember the last person that wasn't surprised at how much fat we got out of them, because it's pretty impressive. And you get to hold your fat after the procedure. The coolest thing ever. Next question.
If you get stomach lipo and transfer it to your boobs, will it look as good as the implants?
Okay, so if you get stomach lipo and transfer to the boobs, well, it'll look as good as implants. Well, that's assuming that you believe implants look good. If you like the look of the fake look and the implants themselves, where you can see the edge of the implant, everybody and their mother knows that you have implants. If that's the look that you're going for, then you probably won't like the fat transfer. But if you just want to have a natural enhancement and natural enlargement of the breast that looks, and no one will have any idea that you had any work done, but yet you have larger breasts, if that's the look that you're going for, then the fat transfer is hands down the best procedure. All right. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I appreciate your time. And again, if you did enjoyed this, you felt this was valuable, and your friends would appreciate it, please hit the share button. If you have any other comments or questions down below, please feel free to ask them. We are very interactive. This is your opportunity to ask us questions. And when you're ready to make that step, where you're ready to get the body of your dreams, get a bigger butt, and get liposuction, get smaller, feel better about yourself, when you're ready, set up your free consultation. Give us a call right here, 702-818-LIPO. That's 702-818-5476. Or you can check out our website, myshapelipo.com. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again soon.